Hi everybody. So this is my experimental stream. I just did one that didn't really go well. I decided to just abrupt it and start a new one. And the topic for tonight, what I want to talk to you about, will be my experience. I spent already 20 days in Puerto Rico so far in San Juan, shooting the documentary, trying to network with as many people as possible, people coming into the island, local people living here, getting in touch with startup scene, talking to Parallel 18 local accelerator, talking to Pilota 151, first co-working open in uh, San Juan, Puerto Rico. In Puerto Rico, I think actually they were the first. Talking right now to um, talking also to the Cocoa House, a co-working where I'm working right now. And so many things happened that I'm actually working on an article right now to post on Steemit for you guys, so you can come check it out and follow me as I learn about what's happening in Puerto Rico right now. So let me go to some couple of beautiful pictures that I took. Just oh my god, man! Look at this one. This is one of my favorite shots. This is shot in Old San Juan. And if you visit my Steemit, you're gonna see lots of colorful pictures of San Juan, Old San Juan. I was doing location scouts before Blockchain Unbound. This is the wristband that I got on Blockchain Unbound. So I was walking around, I was checking what's going on. I've definitely seen lots of destructions. I've seen lots of buildings, under construction. By talking to the locals, I understand that it's not. Um, it's not like nobody expected this to be otherwise. Like like the disasters on the island, they happen regularly. They happen within a certain period of time, but they still happen pretty regularly. And the currently the parts of the island that are mostly affected, sadly, are the parts that are more lower income class and parts that are more in the mountains. Um, those basically buildings that are not built in concrete. All of the buildings that are built in concrete survive perfectly and are currently on the reconstruction. Now, I gotta say that with the electrical problem that's been in the news, because wow, 2/3 of Puerto Rico were shut off from electricity, and currently lots of territories on the island still don't have electricity. But my question was, all right, so this is the situation, this is what we have, but um, how do we do it better? How do we build it from now? And I realized that because it's not the first hurricane, the problem with electricity being out, the problem with electricity outages basically meets are common in Puerto Rico with every hurricane because the local electrical infrastructure that was built back in, I think, 60s. I think that's what I've heard, 60s or 70s. So not sure. No, don't quote me on that. So basically, all of the power lines are above ground, which makes completely no sense because if you're in the area that has a lot of hurricanes, you build them underground. Lots of people are talking about it. It's the well-known issue, but the government doesn't seem to be doing a lot of activity in this direction. On the other hand, I gotta say that I met a lot of people on the blockchain Unbound. I met at least three people that are doing business activity in the energy sector, so renewable energy, solar energy, clean energy, that are trying to bring solutions here to Puerto Rico, and some of them already succeeding. So that's very important to mention that there are already entrepreneurs on the island, coming to the island, including also nonprofits that are active on the island and trying to shift it towards more independent, um, for every house, solar energy, on-demand, pay-as-you-go, uh, energy connectivity, and solutions like that. Now, some of them, as I learned, and this is going to be in the documentary, meet resistance from the local monopolies on energy that are basically, for example, with the natural gas. Not sure what's the name of the company, I'm still researching, but there is one company that basically makes it difficult, very difficult, for competition in natural gas industry to thrive. And while current energy prices right now, I think what my contact was saying, around 23 to 26 cents per kilowatt of energy that we get from natural gas. There are solutions to bring it twice down, three times down, the price. But there is this monopoly that doesn't allow the city, that doesn't allow Puerto Rico to thrive in this direction. And I think this is a big problem that we have on the island, that the people have on the island. It does feel like there's a lot of political friction. I think the island is divided by 87 mayors. From talking to local population, I didn't see much support from the local population towards the government. Now, politics is definitely a huge topic in Puerto Rico. And the two main questions are whether it should become a state or whether it should become an independent country. The thing is, none of these solutions seem to be quite possible yet. The idea of the statehood is massively promoted by every government that is running for the power, and it has its problems. Basically, Puerto Rico will never be able to become a state because it will give 11 Democrat representatives to the White House and just give too much power to the newly formed state, which, taking into account the conservacy of US, is quite impossible. Nobody's going to give that much power to an ex-territory. Not in the current political climate of US, I don't think it's possible. On the other hand, independence, and I mean, besides that, it feels like the local government, local people really in love with their flag, which I fell in love with as well. But that's a small thing. 70% of the population of the household speak only Spanish, and it doesn't seem like there is enough education going on. It doesn't seem like there is enough motivation for people to start speaking English properly and, I mean, educate themselves towards that. It does feel like a little Latin American addition to the US. So it does feel this is what's interesting about Puerto Rico. It does feel like a Latin American country. In my mind, technically, it should be a country. Now, there is lots of political friction and everything, and it's not even a state, it's a territory, so it's in this kind of political limbo where it doesn't have any representative in the White House. Its population cannot really vote from Puerto Rico, being residents of Puerto Rico. Yet during the Korean War and Vietnam War, the territory, the Commonwealth, right, the Puerto Rico territory, has given proportionally more warriors, more soldiers, contributed more soldiers to those wars than any other state, and just seems tricky. The whole political situation on the island seems tricky, and I think there is a lot to be researched. I'm definitely trying to get comments from local politicians. I already got some comments from local accountants. Also trying to contact local lawyers, to give you guys the full picture. But this is just what, like, my thoughts, my research right now, sharing you the updates of how it's going. Let's see if anybody is even watching. I mean, not that I care, but still. 2 people watching. Alright, thanks for watching. Sorry if I'm not replying to your comments. I'm just completely focused on what I'm saying right now. Yeah, so destruction definitely happened. There's lots of areas that were destroyed. There is definitely an electrical problem, and it's partly uh, because of the poor infrastructure. The government, as I understand, talking to technical people that worked in the government, doesn't really want to update itself. And currently, get this, 33% of employed population on the island is in the political apparatus. So we have lots of people in the administration working, making it more friction, creating more bureaucracy. And actually, one of the great ideas that I heard during the blockchain Unbound was like, what if Puerto Rico take Hong Kong approach and, go towards free market, privatize lots of frictionful, I'm not sure, lots of areas of administration that currently give too much friction to the people, that make it difficult for the people to interact with the apparatus. Now, talking about the startup scene, it is important to mention Act 936, which was kind of imposed by the mainland US on Puerto Rico and turned and created this employment mindset, because a lot of pharmaceutical manufacturers and medical equipment companies started to move down here, be based here, and it kind of incentivized the local economy to go towards employment. People only option for a long time has been, go to university, get a job at the manufacturer, and just work there, get a career. So really, the startup movement, the entrepreneur movement was not nurtured through universities. But Parallel 18 has some great initiatives, and they definitely going to be part of the documentary, and I definitely want them to speak and comment on everything. It's one of the it's the only and first accelerator in Puerto Rico, and what they're doing is pretty amazing. They have a couple of very solid projects. Next batch, I've been on their demo day. Next batch that they're gonna have is gonna be completely 100% Puerto Rican, and they're doing a lot for the local startup scene by promoting entrepreneurship and training people to be entrepreneurs from universities. So they definitely connected with at least 2 universities right now. Their mentors constantly go there to supervise the program, and I'm just in love with what those guys are doing. They're nurturing the entrepreneurial spirit here. Now, another people that I have to mention that are doing this is definitely Pilota 151, the first co-working space. Pilota 151. Yeah. Okay. They're doing a lot for nurturing the entrepreneurial community just as well. They have 2 locations, one in Old San Juan, one in just nearby Coco House, where I'm currently right now streaming. They have boot camps where they train developers. They have right now they're running a women in tech program. The founder, Sophia, she's an amazing woman entrepreneur. She has a very interesting story. I'm trying to get her to the interview right now as well. Just what they're doing, both culturally and politically, really helps Puerto Rico and I want to share their vision with you guys as well. I think it's going to be valuable for the documentary. Um, at the same time, I'm talking to a lot of local startups. You see, because right now I understand that this whole crypto movement in Puerto Rico is impossible without the entrepreneurial soil. And this is what Piloto 151 and Parallel 18 are doing. In Puerto Rico, we have a huge problem of talent migrating to the mainland. Mainly, they go to New York, they go to Washington, they go to California, and sometimes Puerto Rico is called Caribbean MIT. It's producing lots of developers that are very dependent on the mainland, and people shift. Although they hate shifting, they want to come back, and a lot of people do because we still have this Latin American feel, which is very connected to the family. People want to return, people want to reconnect. So I definitely see a lot of movement um, of coming back. I spoke yesterday. I spoke to one really cool startup on the island. They're doing gaming plus blockchain, and its founder was so passionate about trying to raise local capital for a local startup, and this local entrepreneurial movement is definitely breeding in a very right direction. And blockchain, I see how blockchain is helping them. um, Definitely by bringing lots of entrepreneurs, lots of hedge funds, lots of entrepreneurial activity and culture to the island. Definitely see that. There's no doubt. And people who are coming here, people who want to do business, they come open-minded, open-hearted, and they are met likewise. I see lots of collaboration happening, and it's beautiful. I love what's happening right now. Uh, what else did I want to tell you about in this context? I just had a thought about it. So, yeah, so documentary right now. Let's see how many people watching. One person watching. All right, not that much, but thanks for watching. Probably more people gonna watch the recording of it. I just wanted to. It's all improv, guys. I'm just trying to share my vision, my experience. Um, yes, this is what I wanted to tell you about real estate. So there is a lot of dormant real estate right now on the island, and every day I meet people that are crazy about shopping for it and buying as much of it as fast as possible because right now it's basically a sales season. Lots of properties are dormant, lots of properties need reconstruction, lots of them are in debt, and investors coming here, they just go left and right because they see the potential that is there, that is here. On the other hand, I gotta mention those acts 20 and 22, they are intended for attraction of outside capital. So entrepreneurs inside the country basically don't have, not that I know of, any incentives by the local government for the local startups and entrepreneurs. Not that I know of right now. I might be wrong, but I haven't seen much support, and those acts are definitely not working for the local businesses. So local businesses go by their own scheme, and this is what I find kind of unfair. I don't like this situation. I think there has to be an organic blend, a synergy of the incumbent entrepreneurs and local entrepreneurs. And right now, I just see government in the middle. Not that I want to criticize anybody, but I do feel like there could be more things done from the government part to reduce the friction between the entrepreneurs incoming and between the local entrepreneurs and make it more accessible for two worlds to blend in the let's say what, productive collaboration. Exactly, that's the word I was searching for. Um, so yeah, those are my quick thoughts. Again, I'm gonna be packing it nicely into an article that I can share with you guys. Definitely go on my Steemit to check some pictures of Puerto Rico, and I'll try to post more Lots of networking, lots of business opportunities left and right. I meet people from crypto, both local and people who are coming here. Something is boiling in Puerto Rico. I fell in love with the local culture, openness. I learned how to dance salsa. I'm learning Spanish. Hopefully, I'll learn it in 2 months that I'm here. But I came open mind, open heart, and I fell in love with this little Caribbean pearl. And I'm thinking about staying here. I'm gonna go back to Ukraine for like a month or month and a half, and then go back here and continue hustling with tons of amazing entrepreneurs that I meet here, and just dive in the beauty of local culture. If you haven't been to Puerto Rico, if you're an entrepreneur, I highly advise you come here, hit me up. I'll connect you with everybody on the island. Something amazing is happening here, and I want to document it for you guys. I'm not sure if Crypto Utopia is happening, by the way. I'm still researching in this direction, trying to get to Brock Pierce. I had a chance to meet him, even half pitched him, but he was super busy, so I wasn't able to talk to him. But he's not definitely my main focus right now. When I came here, I realized that there is more for this documentary uh, to talk about than just Portopia. So right now, I want to educate the community about what's going on the island through the prism of people I interview. Right now, I have 10 interviews already with people from blockchain, Unbound, with people that I met here. I'm aiming to do about 20 more, and then we're gonna crunch into editing with Max. Thank you so much for watching, everybody who visited. This was amazing talking to you, and I'll see you in the next stream video, whatever. Thank you guys. Bye bye.